All right. So one of the clients that I'm working with right now is he just has a soul issue, and that's that he wants his ex back, plain and simple. And the rules are the same for whether you're going to get that ex back or not. And if you're not going to get that ex back, it's typically because, um, well, you pushed her away, you chased her away. Um, Oftentimes, when a girl breaks up with somebody, she really cares about that person still, but there's something that's not changing in the relationship, something that she's really struggling with, that she can't accept. Not necessarily something that's abusive, but it's something that is creating conflict in the relationship. And so, the first rule, what I tell people before I need to know anything about their situation is take the next 24 hours and have absolutely no contact with that person. Because really, that's the first step in approaching a woman that still has feelings for you, and it's the best step in approaching a situation where you're stalking a woman. It really is. Because going towards somebody like that and just getting in their face and messing with them is not going to be successful for you. Okay, so no matter what, I just tell people 24 hours timeout, you back away, and it's probably going to be more time than that. But all too often, what people do is when they want somebody back, they're constantly just coming at that person. It gets really annoying. It gets very smothering. Um, you know, I've been there. I mean, who hasn't? We've been in a situation where we want somebody a little bit more than they want us, and typically it's because of our actions and our behaviors. It really is. And so, um, instead of constantly calling and showing up and getting on their nerves, telling them 1,000 times a day that you love them, what you do is you just back off and you let her know that really whatever she's going to do is okay with you. You're going to be supportive of her. And everything, you're just going to bring a great attitude to the table. Because if you're negative and you're arguing and you're fighting with her, that pushes her away too. A lot of getting back your ex is likened to a dance. When you and somebody else are dancing on that dance floor, if she takes a step forward and you take a step forward, one of you is going to step on the other person's foot. So when you take a step back, she takes a step forward, and so on, and that's how you guys are able to create that beautiful dance. So when you have that synergy going on between you and somebody else, there isn't that contention. There's no friction. Okay, so what you do is you just completely back off that person because we really want to pull a lot of the emotion out of the situation too. Um, that's why I seek counseling in not only relationships but also business, even working out because I'm looking at it from emotional eyes. And when you get a third party looking from the outside in, they're able to make those decisions in the same way that you would without the emotion. And that's why always having a counselor is something that can benefit you. And um, so what you want to do is you want to back up and you want to look at the situation without emotion because if you're acting on emotion too, you are going to make a fool of yourself. Um, you really will, 100 out of 100 times. So the first thing you are going to do is just back off and leave her be. You want to start addressing the reasons why she broke up with you too, but you're not going to give her you don't need to verbalize that. You don't need to give her assurances. You don't need to be telling her. Action is so much more important than words. At this point, you need to take words completely out of the equation. They haven't gotten you anywhere up to this point. In fact, if you're able to assess the situation, you're going to see that words have made the situation worse. Okay, so No, making a ton of contact, no giving her pressure. Cut out the I love yous. Don't be all into the I'll change and I'll do this. If you're going to make changes, just make them. But be positive too, and don't create and have those arguments. Um, get control of yourself. Tell her she's right on everything. Agree with her on anything, even if you don't. Even if you don't agree, even if there's something extra you want to say. You know how many times I've been in a situation where I had control of things, it went well, but I had to send that extra text because pride kicked in and I had to say this, or I had to say that. I had to be right. You know what? If it's more important for you to be with that woman, just let her be right. And when I say let her be right, it's not necessarily the catalyst, that initial behavior that created your guys' split, but she's right in your guys' interaction from this point forward. Okay, I'm not telling you to bend over, and I'm not telling you to take it in the chin, but you want to be positive. You want her to come to you. So create the situation to where she can come to you. Okay? So really, if I were to sum it up into three things, I would say immediately have no contact with her. The other thing would be to create a situation to where she comes to you and take the emotion out of it. Those are three focus points right there. So it can be achieved. There's so many people out there who did not get back the ex, and it's because they were the ones that actually kept pushing her away. It's like trying to grab her to push her away, grab her to push her away. I mean, is this someone you're throwing a pick at in a basketball game, or are you trying to create a union with this person once again? I mean, it's you that's going to screw up the situation. So that means it's you that can also make the situation right. Take control of the situation, take control of your emotions, and just let nature take its course. Affinity coaching, that's what we're about.